Who is the new Darkhawk and why should I care about him? The new Darkhawk is a young kid named Connor Young who was destined to become a pro basketball player. But when he got hit with the news that he had multiple sclerosis, he was forced to take a step back and give up on his dreams of going pro. Then one day, as Connor was venting about how terrible his life was, a meteor crashed into a building nearby and he decided to go check it out. When he got to the exact location of where the meteor hit, he discovered it wasn't a meteor at all. It was an amulet that granted him a wicked suit of armor with a bunch of powers and abilities like super strength, energy projection and absorption, flight, and even shapeshifting. As soon as Connor got these powers, he immediately saved some people who got hurt from the wreckage caused by the amulet, and that's when his journey as a hero began. Connor would soon find out that his best friend Derek had gotten into some trouble and was working with a local gang. So Connor suggested for Derek to stop working with them. Derek would take Connor's advice and tried telling the gang that he couldn't work with them anymore. But the leader of the gang, aka Colt, a former agent of Hydra now working with AIM, wasn't okay with that. So he shot and killed Derek in cold blood. When Connor found out that Derek was killed, he was devastated and all he could think about was revenge. So he went to the bar where Derek was killed and found out where his killer was hiding by scaring that information out of one of the organization's members. When Connor eventually met with Derek's killer, he was thrown into battle with a bunch of human-robot hybrids, and while he did put up a good fight for it being his first major battle, he's ultimately defeated after getting his arm chopped off and thrown into a river where he almost drowned. And I say almost because before that could happen, he was saved by none other than Miles Morales. After chatting a bit and regenerating his arm, Connor went with Miles to Miles' favorite cafe, where Connor was able to vent and explain to Miles who he is and why he's in the situation that he's in. After hearing about the mess that Connor was in, Miles signaled in the legendary Captain America, who Connor was stunned by. But even cooler than just being able to meet Captain America, Connor found out that he'd actually be working with him because Cap was going to help him take down the organization responsible for killing his friend Derek. The three of them eventually busted into one of AIM's warehouses, where they were successfully able to work together to take out a bunch of the organization's members and human-robot hybrids. Before they eventually parted ways, Miles gave Connor a pep talk and the two of them agreed to keep in touch. At his best friend Derek's funeral, Connor was met by the AIM member that he scared earlier. His name was Sean, and he threatened to kill everyone at the funeral unless Connor left with him. So Connor went with him outside, where Sean revealed that he had been cybernetically enhanced. After making the first attack, Sean forced Connor to battle him in an intense showdown that took place all over their town and even on top of a train. But luckily Connor was able to come out victorious after using his arm cannons to knock Sean out with a huge blast. After that, Miles swung in to help put Sean away, and then the two heroes celebrated by getting donuts together. In the end, Connor walked away from these events having to sacrifice a lot. But during this process, he was made a better man and a stronger hero. And so that's what I would say if you said,